Buenos días, clase. Con la continuación de nuestra unidad de civilizaciones precolombino, hoy vamos a aprender sobre los mayas antiguos y su civilización avanzada. We are a 7th grade Spanish class at the intermediate low level. The standard for today is present student-created and/or authentic short plays, skits, poems, songs, stories, or reports. Our objective is, after this lesson in groups of 3, students in 7th grade Spanish will create a poem and drawing about the Mayans for 30 minutes with the use of their textbooks, notes, and craft supplies that I will be providing. Let's start the lesson. The Mayan region consisted of southern Mexico, all of Guatemala, Belize, and El Salvador, with parts of Honduras and Nicaragua. The Mayan civilization started around 2050 antes de Cristo hasta 900 después de Cristo. The Mayans are known as the Greeks of Mesoamerica because of their advanced society. Los Mayas accomplished many societal advances thousands of years before any Western civilization, which is really, really cool. The Mayans excelled in many areas, but today we will be talking about la agricultura, el arte, y las ciencias. Let's discuss agriculture first. The Mayans harvested foods that are now used throughout the world. They harvested maize, corn, which was very important because it fed the population and was used to make offering to the gods. Plus, corn was used to make tortillas, which we still eat today and are very delicious with our fajitas, burritos, and quesadillas. They also harvested pimientos, peppers, algodón, cotton, cacao, cocoa, and we love our chocolate, tomates, tomatoes, and calabazas. They harvested different types of squash. Let's move on to art now. The Mayans are known for their ceramics. Ceramics are objects that are made out of clay. Archaeologists refer to ceramic objects from ancient civilizations as vessels, and we call vessels las vasijas in Spanish. Many of these objects were painted using bright colors, but some of these vessels might look dull because the pigment of the paint has faded over centuries. Ceramics were usually made for nobles, therefore, ceramic pieces depicted elite culture. Subjects included athletes, servants, musicians, messengers, priests, or women. Subjects could also be gods, ceremonial rituals, nature, and war scenes. Here is an example of a corn god, and they had many corn gods because corn was so important. Let's now discuss the Mayan system of writing. The Mayans developed one of the world's 3 original written languages. The Mayans used a hieroglyphic system to write instead of an alphabetical one. As you can see, the Mayans used symbols instead of letters to write. They wrote about science, medicine, philosophy, religion, or anything that related to their culture or anything that they studied. Like other ancient civilizations, the Mayans wrote on walls and art products. But unlike other civilizations, the Mayans also wrote books called codices. Codices were written on long pieces of paper that folded up, and when they were folded up, it looked like an accordion. The Mayans wrote hundreds of codices. However, only 4 are left in existence because the Spanish destroyed them, claiming that these writings were the work of the devil. That's why so many things are still unknown about the Mayans. Let's now talk about music. Music was important at all levels societies. Murals and ceramics depict the importance of music and that it was played during large ceremonies, rituals, and theatrical plays which would serve the nobles. But also, Archaeologists have found enormous amounts of wind instruments in the neighborhoods and burials of commoners, which means that commoners were able to play and enjoy music just like nobles. Here are some examples: the bone flute and the armadillo whistle. Now let's move on to science. The Mayans had an advanced mathematics system. Their number system has a base of 20, which was probably developed from counting on fingers and toes. A circle represents 1, and a bar represents 5. So if we look at the number 6, it is represented with a line with a circle above it. The Mayans also invented the concept of 0, hundreds of years before any other civilization, and 0 is represented by a shell, or una cancha. Let's move on to astronomy. The Mayans studied the stars vigorously. They knew that the Earth was round and the Earth rotates around the sun, well before any other civilization. The Mayans used astronomy to develop an accurate calendar and build temples. Astronomy was used to map out cycles of the Earth and the sky to create the calendar. The calendar consists of 3 separate calendars that work simultaneously: the long count, which is the astronomical calendar, the Solkin, which is the divine, and the Ha'ab, which is the civil calendar. Astronomy was also used to build temples. Mayan temples were built to align with astronomical events. El Castillo, in the Mayan city of Chichen Itza, is a temple that reflects the calendar year. There is a staircase on each side of the pyramid. Each stairway has 91 steps, and the final step that links all the steps of the pyramid makes 365 steps, like the number of days in the year. 91 is also the number of days that separate each of the 4 seasons. Astronomy. So, to recap, the Mayans excelled in 3 areas: art, science, and agriculture. Tomorrow we are going to write a poem and create a drawing that relates to Mayans. I hope you guys took good notes. See you tomorrow. Hasta luego.